Let's go into the standard personal injury forms for the low impact soft tissue spinal injury, and let's make some sense of them. And I broke them down into different categories, like this one's administrative forms. So obviously you have the patient contact information, their name, address, phone number, things like that. What's the most important thing of this form? Their signature. Their signature is the most important. I can't tell you how many forms don't have a signature. And that should just be highlighted. Signature, signature, signature. And I'll tell you what, I just looked at some forms the other day, and they weren't even dated. The person did, a re-exam, and they didn't even have the date of the re-exam on the form. So make sure the signature is real important. Typically, you need the date of birth and signature, and even sometimes their social security number for third-party billing. But that signature is unbelievably important to get for the legal authorization and the okay of everything you're doing. And then obviously the date. So the signature, social security, the date, and then their contact information, the phone number, and even email. A lot of times that can be more for marketing also. It can obviously be for clinical application, but also for marketing purposes. But those are the key things. And I always had my staff, whether it was a paper or computer, those were highlighted. They were circled, they were highlighted. And so we pointed at we always pointed out to the patient the highlighted areas. So we'd cover the form with them, and we'd cover the highlighted areas. Make sure you sign this or whatever. And then I always made sure the staff member, after receiving the paperwork back, they were not allowed to come back until the staff member checked it and all the highlighted areas were completed. Because I can't tell you how many times so many of that is missed, and the staff member never looks at it. They come back and it's not filled out, and now it's wasting my time, or it's just totally missed now. You don't have it. You don't have a date on there. You don't have a signature on there, things like that. So I highlighted all those major areas on the paperwork. We explained it to the patient, and then that was the job with the staff member. That person better not have come back. She better not have brought that patient back until all those highlighted areas were filled out. And, it took several staff meetings to make sure they understood the importance of that. But after 2 or 3 staff meetings, they quickly understood that better not happen again, because it's that important. It's part of a system. Not only the data, it's part of the system of the office. So nothing like being in the middle with a patient and then having to stop everything to run back up to the front desk to ask a question, and you got 2 or 3 other people in the waiting room, 2 or 3 other people in therapies, and another 1 or 2 people that need to get adjusted. That's no fun at all. Okay, so number 2 is the HIPAA form, and that's just standard. Most of you guys are filling that out, and that should be HIPAA, HIPAA form. Insurance information, obviously that's important. With that insurance information, obviously with PI, you need to verify a claim, an accident claim, and that it's open. Sometimes these claims are closed, meaning you're not going to get paid unless you get an LOP from the attorney now. So make sure that you got an injury number in the claim. And then get a copy of their driver's license. Obviously, that's for all the basic information of who they are, photo, name, ID. So you definitely want these. This is part of the administrative forms that should be taken care of.